We'll put it on.
Okay.
No,
Got
I
it,
want to
right?
do the other one. Yeah.
Okay.
Boom.
She keeps a bottle on the nightstand where she keeps her love, as Daddy whispers in her dreams. She lights a cigarette and puts the bottle to her head to erase the memory of her deed. And she was dark, and she was cold, but she was everything to me. She keeps the memory of the way that Daddy went away. She told him not to misbehave. He ate a bullet for the things he did to her that day, and now he loves her from his grave. And she was dark, and she was cold, lovely and bipolar. I'll be your daddy if you want me. Ooh, take it out on me, messed up girl. You be the devil in my darkest dream. Wanna make me scream. She leaves the door unlocked and open when we are sleeping, so she can see who's coming in. Maybe she'll let them in so they could join the party too. That's how she used to lure me in. A pretty girl on medication, lovely and bipolar. I'll be your daddy if you want me. Take it out on me, messed up girl. You'll be the devil in my darkest dreams. You can always hear me scream. She keeps a bottle on the nightstand where she keeps her daddy's love. She never leaves enough for me. She lights a cigarette and cleans a gun and pulls a trigger. She's gonna use a thing on me.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that shit was fire, bro. It's like
Oh yeah.
some Johnny Cash modern shit, bro. That was fucking dope.
Right
Wow.
on, man. Thanks. I'm glad you dug it. That was me and my partner, Brian Bigler, in our band Saigon Slick and the Boston Bard. So, it's like a virtual collaboration.
Bro, it shines through, man. The power of unity at its finest, because that's like, man, I don't even know. They're like the guitar rips were decent, then they were like a doom doom, and I'll be your dad, bro. It was good, bro.
Thanks, man. Well,
Yo,
Brian, he's a good musician, man. He sends me the arrangements, right? And then I do the bass and the vocals and the production most. Well, we both produce it, right? So how you doing, bro? What's been going
bro.
on with you, in your music life and that?
Oh,
Or
bro,
your love life?
this is all about you, bro. You can't come in here and try to make it about me.
I'll try to turn this shit around, man.
Real Talk Radio Unmasking, man. We got the podcaster, the music lover, sharer, reviewer, home indie grown Ron Ward on the show. We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, man. Ron, when in the world did you start making music, man?
I was around music a lot as a child in church. I mean, I don't know if you know about like Southern Baptist Church, which I'm not I'm kind of, more like of the kind of world type religion these days, but there was a lot of great music, and we sang in the choir. And in those days, it wasn't like now where you got guitars and stuff in church. It was like you had the piano and the organ. That was it. You had two things, and then everybody sang, man. And
Dude,
all the kids sang, man. And so we
what were you
sang.
singing? Do you
We were
remember
singing.
any?
Sure, man. You sang stuff like just hymns,
This
Christian
little light
hymns.
of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. So you
Right.
singing
Oh,
that, bro?
it's all of that.
Come on, you gotta remember one.
At the cross
Yes,
where I first saw the light and the burden of my heart rolled
get it.
away. It was there by faith I believed my sight, and now I am happy all the day. Because it sounds like a pop song, doesn't it?
Hey, I
In a
like it,
way.
bro. I like it, yo, because church music hits different. One of my first not to even make this about me, but one of my first performances,
Go.
I was at a church camp. I was chasing a girl, right? And this girl was like, "Oh, you should come to the church camp." And I was like, "Man, I'll go to this church camp." It was like a retreat, bro, in log cabins where nothing but churchness is going on, and they wanted people to display their gifts. So I get on
Churchness.
this, yeah, bro. I get on this stage. I've never even performed before, and I got a church making me a beat. And I got to tell you, it was different, because I'm speaking about my testimonies and I'm trying to help others. And like when you're doing things for a greater power, the way that it feels is just magnificent.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that when you're with a group of people who are wanting to do good in general, that's the right thing. And then like who's God and what you got to do, and if everybody's going to hell and all that, I'm not so sure I'm in on it. I have to just say, I mean, so you got one guy, I got to believe in one guy, or
What
I'm going to
happened?
hell. Or what about all these Buddhists over here?
That is interesting. It is interesting, right? Because there's just so many. No matter what religion you divulge into, there's similarities in their own books and followings. It's like one thing can be said for sure: if every society, every civilization, and every religion is preaching to a God, no matter what anyone believes, there must be at the very least, a God.
Well, I would conclude that many, many billions of people have worshipped some God because they felt that need to do it.
Right,
They felt that there was a God, right? And then they found a way to help themselves understand that God by creating religion. That's what I think.
Yeah, even before that, it was the sun god, the moon god,
right,
the
man.
wind god.
Right.
Like,
so, I mean, and I got nothing wrong with it, but, don't start telling me, all those kind of crazy shit, but let's just go back to the music.
Come on back. Let's get back.
So I sang there. Yeah. Go ahead. And I was in, at the same time in school, I was playing the cornet. Hold on.
The clarinet or the cornet?
Cornet. I still got my cornet. My mom sent me my freaking cornet, man.
Diablo.
She sent it to me like about a month ago, but
Yeah, mom. Yes, bro.
I ain't played that thing in 50 fucking years, man.
Your mom's the truth, bro. She just sent you a memory box, bro.
She is. My mom's is the best, man.
That is
I love
awesome.
her. So anyhow, so I was getting that kind of like a public school type, learning a few things, and then in church. And then so cut to, I hear a lot of music in school on the radio, right? So as I'm doing all this stuff, and there's, the wonderful harmonies and stuff and the gospel music that's being sung in the church, is being kind of replicated in a lot of the rhythm and blues songs that I'm hearing on St. Louis, Missouri radio stations like KXOK and KMOX. Well, KXOK, I think, was the AM. And AM, man, you know, you'd hear all kinds of stuff. You'd hear not only rock and pop, you were hearing Motown, you were hearing soul, whatever there was, man. And it was a great time to come up. And then, of course, in high school, it was, well, I already loved the Beatles, and it was like Zeppelin and the Stones and all of like the rock bands. I was crazy on rock, you
So
know.
when
So
you
then,
when you were going to, let's look back at middle school, Ron. Did
okay.
you ride the bus in middle school?
No, we walked in.
Okay, so we got to go
It
to high
was
school, Ron. We got to go freshman, Ron. What kind of songs were you listening to on your bus ride?
no,
Was it
man. I walked in, but
even in high school?
yeah, my buddy had a car.
Damn, it was such a good question
So
too.
we
All
were
right,
listening to
continue.
like Journey, and we were listening to like John Lennon, because he had some still music out there, and we loved him. We were listening to like we liked Cat Stevens and Elton John during
Mm.
that period, man. And who else? Oh, just a lot of good 70s
Yeah,
bands.
you came up in when music was in its purest.
Right. We were kids in the 60s listening to like the Monkees and the Beatles and all of that stuff, the British invasion. I remember just this vague thing of seeing the Beatles on TV in 1964. I remember where I was, man.
Mm.
And then, so that's been with me all my life. Right. So, I mean, then my parents, right, when I was a kid, they were like real religious, but they had this box of 45 records, right? 45s. You know what those are?
I don't. I think
You know what
when you say
you
it,
know what vinyl is?
yeah, but when you say that, I just think of a pistol. I'm like,
Oh, man, you fucking gangster, dude.
I'm like, damn,
Peabody.
your parents had a box of 45. It's like, no. All right, so
Yeah, that's
it's
what turned me on to. That's when I turned into gangster rap. But no,
yeah.
check it out. Vinyl records came out in 33 and a third size, which is what you see now, those big ones. And then they had
Okay.
like these little small ones, 45s. And why they call them 45s is because it spun around at 45 RPMs a minute or something. It was faster. Anyhow, so they
Okay.
had a box of all of these records. And it was like Little Richard. I don't know if you
Mm.
know a lot of these, and
Yeah.
Bo Diddley, Elvis,
Woo.
you know, Roy Orbison and all that. So I was listening to that. Unfortunately, those got lost, but the song stayed in my head. And then, you know, so I came up, I had that background, and I went into the Air Force after I was in college, right? I went in about 1980. And so then then I still kept on with music. So, but you just want me to keep talking, man? I'll talk
Yeah, bro.
forever.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, bro. We're
Because it
trying to
makes it
figure out.
easy on
Yeah,
you.
yeah, we're trying to figure out where your musical journey led you to. So I would like to know, and I'm pretty sure they would like to know, like, who was all right. Have you ever been a fan of an artist? Like,
Oh, sure, man.
and
I
and
think I.
who yeah, who was your first? You know what I mean? Like, who was the first one that you were like, man, this guy is really great?
You mean it's like pop music?
No, whoever, like your first influence, like with someone that,
Influences.
yeah, you heard them and you were like,
Right.
I don't know, for me, like Tupac Shakur, right? Like I heard that person, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, this person's amazing. Like who was the person that you heard that made you really even think that deeply about music?
Oh, I think it was probably John Lennon.
What a legend.
Yeah, from the Beatles, right? And uh, probably my biggest influence. And then, uh, you know, there are a lot of them other than that, like some of the rock and roll greats like Chuck Berry and all that. But I mean, I'm basically kind of an old rock and roller. But here's what happened to me, man. So I go into the military in the Air Force, and I'm a linguist. So I'm an intelligence specialist,
Oh
and I'm
shit.
and I go to school in California for a year to learn Vietnamese, right? To go do some, whatever kind of crazy shit. But we're studying, and so I buy this guitar, right? Because I forgot to say I had a few guitar lessons. So I buy like a guitar kind of like this, and I had it in my dorm room when I was at the school, and I wrote some songs. And then my partner there, he was musical, so we wrote some songs, and I stayed into it a little bit. So cut to, I'm out of school. I'm on an air crew mission now. I'm stationed in Japan like 1 year later.
Damn.
And I'm, by that time I'm 21 years old. Right. Okay. So I'm stationed there on air crew, and music just got kind of put on hold in a way.
I was gonna ask
I was
that.
a busy dude. But no, that's not true, man. Even in those years, I had guitars around the house, and all that great music like Cyndi Lauper and all those 80s songs. Oh, the 80s were freaking great, man.
But like, when you were living in, did you say you were in Tokyo?
No, I was in Okinawa.
And were you still listening to the same music, or did you start listening to their music?
Oh no, man. I listen to American music mostly because I don't speak Japanese. I listen to Vietnamese music.
Now or back then?
Now. Back then, no. It was all American music. And so then,
when did you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me say about 1985, 86 then. These guys have a band. Right?
Okay.
And they need a bass player and a singer. So I get in this band, and it's the guys in my unit. And so
sweet.
We get some, because you get a little money when you're in the military, right? So we get a couple our amps, get some mics and shit. And so we got a pretty good setup. This one dude has a little fucking mixing board. And so we start doing gigs in the military clubs around the
hold on.
island.
They have military clubs.
Oh baby, we had fucking parties, dude.
This is crazy, bro.
Oh, you never knew that?
Nah, bro. How does that go?
They're on the base.
Is it any
on the
different?
Base.
Would you say the environment's any different than a normal club?
Yeah, man, it's different. But I mean, it's still a bar. But those clubs, they had like other services. You can cash a check there or some whatever too, but they had slot machines in one. My first wife always used to spend my check before I even fucking had it every week, man. Oh God, she fucking killed me, man.
She must have been
Oh baby, I got stories. If you get like next time you get like a 3 or 4 hour show, it would just go down the rabbit hole. But anyway, let me just say about the band. So we started a band. The band's name was Stormwatch. I should have brought some pictures so you could put them up, but I have a few of us. We rocked for about 3 years, and then guys left or whatever. So that was the first time I was in a band, and I played the bass, and it was pretty. You had to know the songs at least. I don't consider myself a great bass player, but I can play it in a pinch, Yeah,
I can improv.
I can hear it. I play by ear, man. I don't read music. So I play everything by ear, guitar stuff. I play guitar a little. And now,
when did you when did you record like your first song? I know you guys were performing, and you still have pictures of that, bro?
I got a couple.
Bro, you gotta post them. I mean,
It's on my
dude.
Instagram. It's on my Instagram.
All right, go to his Instagram, people, if you want to see it. In Real Talk Radio, if you're only on Facebook, I'm sorry, Ron only has it on Instagram.
Oh well, no, man, I have it. It's also on my Facebook page, Homegrown Indie Live with Ron Ward.
I'm gonna check it out.
It was about 2 weeks ago. I put it
Yeah,
up there.
bro, we only have 10 minutes. So
Okay.
I gotta ask some pressing questions. Then, have you ever had a time in your life when you were really down and out, maybe even feeling hopeless, and music helped you out of that, or something else helped you out of that?
Yeah. When I retired, man, I had to change the way I thought about myself, you know, because before I was this guy, and then I turned into, just rock and Ron, and it's kind of a shock. And so, and I had some issues with anxiety and depression in the past, and music was a super huge part of my recovery.
Talk about it, bro. Do you feel like it's more beneficial? I don't know if you could say more beneficial, but do you feel like it is like a medicine? You know what I mean? Because they always prescribe so many prescriptions to people, but I always felt like music, bro. Music had always given me the effects that no manufactured pill in a laboratory could.
Music and creativity.
Amazing.
Because it was music and doing the shows, the live stream shows with the music, and creating that stuff. It helped me bring me up out of that deep depth of depression where you just want to kill yourself, right? But then you, because you have something that's yours, and it's not, you're not working for some fucking boss, or it's not related to some bad family relationship or some shit, and it's all making you whatever, or money.
Right.
You have that if you can take the time to do it. It's like, to me, it's like exercise. It's only beneficial.
So you created a whole platform. And for you guys that are listening and you don't maybe never heard of, Ron does live streams where he reviews people's music. He spends countless hours, weeks, days, years spreading love. And as you just heard straight from the horse's mouth, sorry to compare you to a horse, but only figuratively speaking, the man said in the process of spreading love, he was saved. You know what I'm saying? So understand, when people do things like that, selfless things, you guys save us more than we could ever save y'all. And that's just beautiful. It's just beautiful, man.
Right. And the community really was a huge help too. People who are, I guess it's like a home recording community, right? RTR. Although it's, it's like people are recording artists, unsigned, underground, real people, real music going on. And I found that to be so, invigorating, that's so healthy. I found that to be so healthy, where people are just in there only to learn and to make music. And to share it, and nobody's fucking with each other and saying shitty things about, right? Oh man, nobody says it, because I'm an admin in several groups. They don't say, because we want it to be a safe space, man.
Humble, right? If you have an ego and you can't be humble, you'll never stay in Real Talk Radio.
Yeah,
won't happen.
You guys have
we're trying to spread love, and that's why when we met you, it was like, dude, if I've ever seen anyone that has the Real Talk Radio way instilled in them, it's Ron Ward, man. This dude is selfless. He's humble. He helps whenever he can. He gives all the time he has. Like, you just don't find people like that, bro. And to find so many of us, it's just it's a dream come true, man. But I want to get back to you, right? Because we only have 6 minutes, and
All right.
you're doing amazing things, bro. And I give you all the recognition in the world because I see what you're doing. I see the impact it's having on people just to be heard, just to have their craft listened to, bro. It's a gift that is better than any materialistic item you could ever give an artist. So, hey, on behalf of the world and even myself, because you even played my music, bro, thank you for being the humble, selfless person you are, bro, because it's amazing.
Oh,
Really
thanks.
is.
Well, I think humbleness is one of the best traits to have as a human. So I'm trying. Like I
Yeah,
said, I wasn't always
right.
this guy.
We got to get a little bit of that. Like, what happened, right? Because you weren't always humble, but now you are. What changed?
Well, man, I mean, oh, I think it's a story for a different day. But I mean, I had quite a, a you know a good a bit a big government job, but a government job that was kind of a career, right? And so then I had my second divorce from my second wife. Man, she was crazy, crazier than the first one, and really kind of messed up. And I really had to kind of retire at that time. And you know and then I decided to just start making music.
Beautiful. And what would you have you as an independent artist? Have you ever struggled like when you're making? Have you ever struggled with your own self belief?
Of yeah, man. Yes,
And what
the imposter syndrome. Yes.
and what would you say to anybody out there that could be just starting, or maybe they're halfway through their craft projection journey and they're having struggles with actually believing in themselves because the people around them don't believe?
Here's what I'd say to them: just do you. Don't try to do anybody else. Don't try to compare your music to anybody else's music, whether it be a a professional pop artist or somebody that you see in the group. Do you, do your best job. And yeah, man, don't get discouraged. Don't, because you start to feel like, why am I even doing this? But if you forget that the real reason that you're doing this is because that creativity is inside you, and it wants to come out, right? And if you give that creativity a place in your life, it'll be, one of the best things you've ever done. You just give it some time. You have to give creativity some time. It's like exercise, because you can't just think about it. You got to put it on you. Either you're
What the hell, dude?
oh, that's your
Sorry
alarm,
about
right?
that. No, I don't know what that is. Someone's calling me being rude. But yeah, we were talking about self-belief and just,
Uh,
channeling that and the creativity
right.
aspect. Now,
It's hard to get past it sometimes when you're like, what, you know, I feel like such a fool doing this. Am I really an artist? I mean, I'm no singer, I'm no pop star. Who do I think I am? All of these thoughts are going through your head. And then just remember, just do it for yourself. Just do it for the creativity. Don't do it because you're going to be, you get your song on Spotify and it doesn't catch on fire, man. Don't do it for that.
absolutely. Do
Put
it for
it,
the
put,
love.
put your love into the music, and then the music will catch on fire.
Ooh, replay that. It's
Hmm.
fine,
Right,
bro.
replay that and cut out the part about my second wife.
Hey, on that subject, bro, you seem like a person that has a lot of wisdom. What would you say to somebody that perhaps has their heart broken and fears that they'll never find another person?
Well, man, you have to take care of yourself first. I
Mm,
didn't do that in a lot of situations. I'm very impetuous. I'm impatient. I want to get on with things, even sometimes if it's at my own detriment. But I would say, stop and take stock first of yourself. Just the same thing again. Just do you. Right?
And we got less than a minute.
Okay, man. So I would say, yeah, look at yourself before you start looking for another person right away. That's what I would say. And
Absolutely.
then get your act together. Let yourself heal. You got to let yourself heal. Maybe have some friends or something. Music, not too many drugs, maybe beer too, some weed.
All right, everyone. So remember, be humble, be kind, spread love. And if your heart breaks, remember to love yourself first. And
Right
that's
on,
it, man.
man.
We're about to be out, bro. Thank you for joining us on Real Talk Radio.